Hey there, fellow garden enthusiasts. Let's face it, not all of us are blessed with sprawling lawns and acres of gardening space. But guess what? You don't need a country estate to experience the joy of growing your own food or the tranquility of a blossoming flower bed. That's right, even the smallest urban spaces can be transformed into vibrant, thriving gardens. Whether you have a balcony, a rooftop, or just a sunny windowsill, the possibilities for urban gardening are endless. Think of it. Imagine stepping out onto your balcony, a cup of coffee in hand, and being greeted by a cascade of fragrant herbs. Picture plump, juicy tomatoes ripening in the sun, just steps from your kitchen. Envision a vertical garden bursting with colorful flowers, attracting buzzing bees and beautiful butterflies. The urban gardening movement is taking root, and it's not hard to see why. It's about connecting with nature, even in the heart of the city. It's about creating a sense of peace and tranquility amidst the hustle and bustle. And it's about enjoying the fruits and vegetables of your labor, no matter how small your space may be. So, are you ready to unleash your inner urban gardener? Let's dive in. One of the most ingenious ways to maximize space in a small urban garden is to think vertically. Vertical gardening is exactly what it sounds like, growing upwards. This technique is perfect for balconies, patios, or even small patches of wall space. By utilizing trellises, stacked planters, and wall-mounted systems, you can create a stunning vertical display of greenery that takes up minimal floor space. Think climbing vines like clematis, honeysuckle, or even grapevines, adding a touch of romance and vertical beauty to your space. Consider a tower of cascading strawberries, their bright red jewels adding pops of color against the green foliage. Don't forget about herbs. A vertical herb garden not only looks fantastic but also provides you with fresh, flavorful ingredients right at your fingertips. When planning your vertical garden, remember to consider the amount of sunlight your chosen spot receives. Some plants, like tomatoes and peppers, thrive in full sun, while others, like lettuce and spinach, prefer a bit of shade. Choose your plants accordingly to ensure they flourish in their vertical home. And don't forget about drainage. Make sure your vertical garden has proper drainage holes to prevent waterlogging and root rot. Container gardening is another fantastic option for urban gardeners with limited space. The beauty of container gardening lies in its versatility. You can use almost any container imaginable, from traditional terracotta pots to repurposed buckets, crates, or even old tires. Get creative and let your personality shine through your container choices. Think vibrant annuals like petunias, marigolds, and zinnias, their cheerful blooms adding instant color and life to your space. Consider dwarf fruit trees like citrus or fig trees, which thrive in containers and provide you with fresh, homegrown fruit. And don't underestimate the power of herbs. A collection of potted herbs like basil, rosemary, and thyme not only adds beauty but also fills your urban oasis with intoxicating aromas. When choosing containers for your plants, make sure they are large enough to accommodate the mature size of your chosen plants. Proper drainage is crucial, so ensure your containers have drainage holes to prevent waterlogging. And don't be afraid to experiment with different materials. Terracotta pots are classic and breathable, while plastic pots are lightweight and retain moisture well. Choosing the right plants for your small urban garden is essential for success. Opt for compact varieties that won't overwhelm your limited space. Think dwarf fruit trees, bush beans instead of pole beans, and compact cucumber varieties that climb vertically. These space-saving options allow you to enjoy a bountiful harvest even in the smallest of gardens. Herbs are a must-have for any urban garden, and luckily most herbs thrive in containers and small spaces. Basil, rosemary, thyme, oregano, and mint are all excellent choices. Not only do they add flavor to your culinary creations, but they also release wonderful aromas that transform your urban space into a sensory delight. Imagine stepping onto your balcony and being greeted by the invigorating scent of fresh mint or the earthy aroma of rosemary. When selecting plants for your urban garden, consider the amount of sunlight your space receives. Some plants, like tomatoes and peppers, thrive in full sun, while others, like lettuce and spinach, prefer a bit of shade. Choose your plants accordingly to ensure they receive the right amount of light. And don't forget to factor in your local climate. Select plants that are well suited to your region's temperature and rainfall patterns. Watering is a crucial aspect of gardening, especially in urban environments where plants may be exposed to more heat and wind. But don't worry, there are plenty of smart irrigation solutions to help you keep your urban garden hydrated without breaking a sweat or your water bill. Consider a simple drip irrigation system which delivers water directly to the roots of your plants, minimizing waste and evaporation. Soaker hoses are another great option, slowly releasing water over a larger area. And for the tech-savvy gardener, there are now smart irrigation controllers that connect to your smartphone, allowing you to monitor and adjust your watering schedule from anywhere. No matter which irrigation method you choose, the key is to water deeply and less frequently. Water your plants in the morning to allow the foliage to dry throughout the day, reducing the risk of fungal diseases. And remember to check the moisture level of your soil regularly. Stick your finger about an inch into the soil. If it feels dry, it's time to water. Your urban garden is more than just a collection of plants. It's an extension of your living space, a place to relax, unwind, and reconnect with nature. By incorporating a few key elements, you can transform your small urban garden into a tranquil oasis. Think comfortable seating like a cozy bistro set for two or a hammock for lazy afternoons. Add a water feature like a small fountain or a bird bath to create a sense of peace and tranquility. Incorporate soft lighting, like string lights or lanterns to create a magical ambiance in the evenings. Don't forget about the power of scent. Fragrant flowers like jasmine, gardenia, or honeysuckle can transform your urban space into a sensory delight. And consider adding a wind chime or two. The gentle tinkling sounds will create a soothing atmosphere. With a little planning and creativity, you can transform your small urban garden into a tranquil escape from the hustle and bustle of city life. As the sun begins to set, your urban garden doesn't have to fade into darkness. In fact, with the right lighting, you can create a magical and inviting ambiance that extends your enjoyment of your outdoor space well into the evening hours. Think of it as an opportunity to showcase your plants and create a warm and welcoming atmosphere for evening gatherings. String lights are a classic choice for a reason. They add a touch of whimsy and create a festive atmosphere. Hang them overhead, drape them along railings, or weave them through trellises for a magical glow. Solar-powered lanterns are another great option, providing a soft and ambient light without the need for cords or outlets. For a more dramatic effect, consider spotlights to highlight focal points in your garden, such as a particularly stunning plant or a water feature. Uplighting, where lights are placed at the base of plants and shine upwards, can create a dramatic and sculptural effect. And don't forget about candles. Grouped together in lanterns or scattered throughout your garden, candles create a warm and inviting ambiance. Creating your urban garden is just the first step. Maintaining its beauty and productivity requires a bit of ongoing care and attention. But don't worry, it's easier than you might think. With a few simple tips and tricks, you can keep your urban garden thriving year-round. Regular weeding is crucial, especially in small spaces where weeds can quickly take over. Get in the habit of spending a few minutes each week pulling out any unwanted visitors. Fertilizing your plants is like giving them a vitamin boost, providing them with the nutrients they need to grow strong and healthy. Use a balanced fertilizer and follow the instructions on the packaging. Inspect your plants regularly for any signs of pests or diseases. Early detection is key to preventing a small problem from becoming a major headache. And finally, don't be afraid to prune. Regular pruning helps to keep your plants healthy, encourages bushier growth, and prevents them from becoming leggy and overgrown. Just like any garden, urban gardens can be susceptible to pests and diseases. But don't fret. With a watchful eye and a few preventative measures, you can keep your urban oasis healthy and thriving. The key is to be proactive and address any issues early on. Regularly inspect your plants for any signs of trouble, such as discolored leaves, holes in foliage, or unusual spots. Familiarize yourself with common garden pests in your area, such as aphids, spider mites, and whiteflies, so you can identify them quickly. Early detection is crucial for effective pest control. Encourage beneficial insects, such as ladybugs and lacewings, to visit your garden by planting flowers that attract them. These helpful critters are natural predators to many common garden pests. If you do encounter a pest infestation, consider using organic pest control methods, such as insecticidal soap or neem oil, which are less harmful to beneficial insects and the environment. Urban gardening is inherently a sustainable practice, bringing nature back into our concrete jungles. But you can take your eco-friendly efforts a step further by incorporating sustainable gardening practices into your urban oasis. It's all about making choices that benefit both your garden and the environment. Start by choosing peat-free potting mixes. Peat bogs are important carbon sinks, and their harvesting is environmentally damaging. Opt for peat-free alternatives made from coconut coir, composted bark, or other sustainable materials. Conserve water by using a rain barrel to collect rainwater, which you can then use to irrigate your plants. Compost your kitchen scraps and yard waste to create nutrient-rich fertilizer for your plants. Composting not only reduces waste but also creates a valuable soil amendment that improves drainage and water retention. And whenever possible, choose organic fertilizers and pest control methods to minimize your impact on the environment. The urban gardening movement is more than just a trend. It's a testament to our innate desire to connect with nature, even in the most urban of environments. It's about transforming concrete jungles into vibrant green spaces, one rooftop garden, one balcony planter box, one windowsill herb garden at a time. So whether you have a sprawling rooftop terrace or just a sunny windowsill, I encourage you to embrace the joy of urban gardening. Start small, experiment, and don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. The rewards of growing your own food, enjoying the beauty of flowers in bloom, and creating a tranquil oasis in the heart of the city are well worth the effort. Remember, every little bit counts. By transforming even the smallest of spaces into green oases, we can collectively make our cities greener, healthier, and more connected to the natural world. So, let's get out there, dig in, and watch our urban gardens flourish.